Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and I have my first ever Android One device in my hand right now. I've never used any of the previous models, and this is the Moto X4 made by Motorola and partnered with Google, of course. This device is even coming to the Project Fi carrier within the United States from Google, but I'm actually pretty excited to open this one up. I enjoy the stock Android experience, which does come on this device. So let's go ahead and open it up. I want to show you real quick what's in the box and give some first impressions. Let's get started. Here it is, the Moto X4 from Motorola. Has Android One branding all around it as well. And taking a look, Android One is Android at its best. So let's go ahead and open up the Moto X4, see what comes in the box. First of all, the phone, as usual, with some packaging on it. I'm going to set that to the side for just a second. It does have a Google Fi SIM inserted into the device. Looks like you just have a bunch of booklets, a README, let's get started for Google Fi, and a SIM tool. And then of course you have your 15-watt turbocharger, and then a USB Type-C charging cable. This is the super black model, however there's also a sterling blue model. And let's peel off a couple of these protectors, which I know you guys like to watch. And then let's power on the device. So while it's booting up, let's go ahead and take a closer look at just about everything on the device. So it looks like you do have a bit of a reflective back to it. Dual cameras, more on that in a second. It says Android One down at the bottom underneath a Motorola logo. Down at the bottom here, you have USB Type-C charging, a headphone jack, always great to see. Should come standard on the left side's absolutely plain. Up on the top, you do have your SIM slot. There is also a micro SD card slot, so you can expand the storage up to 2 terabytes if you'd like to. Great, they included that. A microphone as well. On the right side, you do have volume rockers, which are separated, and then also a power button, which has a bit of a texture to it. So let's see if I can get a closer look and check out the texture, just so you can kind of differentiate between the volume down and that power button. On the front is where that fingerprint scanner is. And then you also have a 16 megapixel front-facing camera and an LED flash in that upper left-hand corner. Now in the hand, it does have a premium feel to it. It was a little bit cold because of the metal surrounding it. Now I'm gonna run through the startup, only talk about anything noteworthy. But first of all, let's set up that fingerprint scanner. Just tap and lift up, set it down and lift up as well. It says keep going, vary your finger placement. Very quick, I can add more if I'd like to. I'm going to skip that for now. Now this is where it says fingerprint locks your phone. So the fingerprint sensor can lock your phone by pressing and holding. So if I press and hold it, you'll see my phone just went ahead and went to sleep. Now, of course, it asks for the pattern right away, but again, I can just go ahead and lock it and unlock it again. And there we have it. We are all set up on the home screen. In terms of specs, it has a Snapdragon 630 processor coupled with 3 or 4 gigs of RAM, depending on where you are at. This is the 3 gigabyte of RAM model. Now, right away, of course, I want to go ahead and jump into the settings app and go to storage to kind of show you guys out of the box how much storage you get. Now, you'll see 15.23 gigs out of the 32 gigs is used right out of the box. Keep in mind, you can expand that storage with a micro SD card. And then I want to go down to About Phone, and you'll see Android version 7.1.1. So it is on Nougat at the moment, but I'm guessing that the Oreo update should come very soon to this phone. The Moto X4 also has a 5.2-inch 1080p IPS display. So nice they did go with a 1080p display. It does look very good. Let me jump into display settings and see if there's any sort of way you can tweak it. Looks like they added a color mode to go from standard, displays realistic, or a little bit more vibrant to enhance the color and saturation. And as you can see, it does run stock Android swipe up for the app drawer there. Swiping down, you can edit these quick widgets if you'd like to. Even that settings app was stock. And of course on the home screen, you'll see all of these Google apps, even Project Fi, Google Photos, and Duo as well. I want to add that they also have the Moto app right here, which I want to go into because there's some really cool tweaks that you can actually do within this app to customize your phone. So right away, you do have some Moto actions. So you can take a quick screenshot with 3 fingers, chop twice for flashlight, which is one of my favorite ones just because it's just a quick and easy way to use a flashlight. Twist to quick capture, swipe to shrink screen, pick up, stop ringing, approach for Moto display, and flip for do not disturb. And you'll see here Moto display down here. So night display is your screen automatically reduces blue light, which may impact sleep. You can add that. And then Moto display, which is where your notifications will actually light up the screen, and even when you approach the phone as well, it might not actually do it, or lift the phone, it will go ahead and pop up that Moto display. And of course, with Android One, you get all your Google goodies, the Google app on the far left side. You can press and hold to open up the Google Assistant, and just more things as well. Split screen, all that good stuff. Anyways, let's jump into the camera app. I want to go ahead and show off a couple things. Now on the back of it, let's get a close look at those dual lenses. One of them is a 12 megapixel lens. The other one's an 8 megapixel wide angle lens. So you go ahead and get a lot more in your viewfinder. So let's take a look at the camera app. On the left side, you have HDR, flash, and a timer as well. And then here is where I believe you can switch between those lenses. So if you want to go ahead and use the wide angle lens, you tap this icon and it will switch to that lens. So as you can see, I can incorporate a lot more into my shot. This is great when you're looking at maybe a landscape or a skyline, or even at a baseball game, for example. Now you can flip to the front-facing camera. You can also record up to 4K quality as well if you'd like to. Now in the upper right-hand corner, you can switch your modes. In panorama mode, you have a pro mode as well. So you'll see here, professional, you can change all your ISO, white balance, all that good stuff. I'm not sure what this inkling mode is, but it looks like you can tap to select a specific color. So let me see if I can get something that actually has color in it. See if this is enough. So you see spot color, and it looks like it did. So that's kind of cool. Really shows off just that light blue coloring, and then black and white everything else. And then finally, there is a mode to actually add depth of field. So you see depth enabled, where you go ahead and take a picture of something and choose how blurry the background is. So if I want to go ahead and snap a picture of this turbo power charger, you'll see how the background just kind of blurs a little bit. I actually need to be further away from this charger for sure to actually accurately get it. So this picture probably won't turn out that good because I have it up in the lens face. But you'll see that background is actually pretty blurred. That turned out much better than I actually thought it would. But more on that to come in the future. And that's pretty much it. That is the Moto X4, some first impressions along with an unboxing. So hope you enjoyed this video. Review to come, so stay tuned for that. I'm actually pretty impressed with this. My first Android One phone I've used. Go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Be sure to subscribe as well. More coverage coming soon. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.